Let's talk about how to get a mortgage right now when the bank says no. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about private lenders and how to get a private mortgage in Canada when the bank does not approve you for a mortgage. We're going to talk about who a private mortgage is for, what kind of credit you need for a private mortgage, what kind of income you need for a private mortgage, and everything, including the risks of private mortgages, I'm going to talk to you about at the end. I'm going to explain the pros and cons of this as well. So stay tuned. So, what's a private mortgage? So, a private mortgage essentially is a lender that is lending money to a person that non traditional banks won't lend money to. So, the non traditional banks have kind of their square rules that they try to fit you into. And if you don't fit that criteria, they're going to decline you. A private lender is somebody that has totally different rules and maybe no rules at all to get you approved for a mortgage. So private lenders can be anyone from a corporation called a mortgage investment corporation all the way up to an individual like myself and you. So if you have money in the bank, you are allowed to lend money for mortgages. Now, that being said, there's a big interest rate difference between dealing with a mortgage investment corporation, a private mortgage company, and a private person. A private person generally will charge you a lot more money for that mortgage, interest rate wise and fee wise. So let's talk about the paperwork, the difference in paperwork between a regular bank and a private mortgage. So regular banks have standard paperwork. They want employment letters, they want pay stubs, they want T4s, they want notices of assessment, they want T1 generals, all of those things. Whereas a private lender are asking only for a few pieces of paperwork. And I think you're going to like this because number one, they're going to want an appraisal. You have to put 20% down, actually as little as 15% down with a private lender, but they're going to want an appraisal on the property to find out how much that property is actually worth. Private lenders are all about learning what the value is on the property to make sure that they can get their money back. And they're looking for certain criteria, and I'll go through that with you in a second. Next is proof of income. They want to make sure you have some money coming in. However, I have had private mortgages done where people have had no income at all, where they've had a history of good income, and then all of a sudden they lost their job or whatever that might be. And they had a big enough down payment that the private lender didn't care. And they said, give me that customer. And that customer went and got a private mortgage through the lender. So they're looking for your credit report. Of course, they're going to want to know your repayment history. If you have good credit and you're dealing with a private lender, it should be really easy. If you have bad credit and you're dealing with a private lender, it can be easy, but you definitely need to call me about that. There are hundreds and hundreds of private lenders, and a lot of them have terms and conditions in their contract that are not beneficial for the people that are getting the private mortgage. So definitely call me so that I can make sure that you're protected. Next, they're going to want proof of down payment. Where did the down payment come from? How long have you had it for? Do you have enough money to close a transaction? And after that, they're going to want your photo ID, of course, to make sure they know who it is they're dealing with. And they want a mortgage application. That's also where I come in. I'll fill out the mortgage application with you, or you can fill it on my online portal. And I send that mortgage application into the private lenders along with all of your supporting documentation to say, hey, this person's good. They're good to go. Now, the good thing is I get emails from these private lenders every single day. So I find out if the interest rates that they have are good for you right now, and if the terms and conditions are good for you right now as well. I mean, private lending world, the interest rates range all the way from 5% right now all the way up to about 15%. It's absolutely insane out there. And they also charge fees. So they'll charge a lender fee, they'll charge a broker fee, and that can also range anywhere from 1% all the way up to 4%. So knowing who you're dealing with can save you a ton of money, and you're not going to be able to do it yourself unless you are a super nerd and have a ton of time on your hands. But I do the research for you. So definitely reach out to me if you want to go the private lending route. So let's talk about pros and cons of a private lender. Well, the number one pro is that private lenders are flexible. They'll approve anybody if you have a good down payment. I guess on the other hand, the con of that is that you do have to put a large down payment with a private lender. Another pro of a private lender is it doesn't matter what your credit is. If you have a 500 credit score, they'll still accept you. If you have a 400 credit score, they'll accept you. One of the cons to that is that you're not getting the best rates on the market. I mean, the best rates are coming from the banks. So definitely you need to shop around if you're going to be dealing with a private lender. Private lending is short-term solution. So one of the pros of private lending is that it is short-term, and you have to have an exit strategy if you're going to be dealing with one of these private lenders. An exit strategy is, what am I going to do to fix my situation so that I can get out of this private loan and move it to a traditional bank? So you do want to have that in mind when you're dealing with a private lender. And I'm going to ask you that question. What's the plan? What are we doing to get switched over to a regular bank? Because you don't want to stick with a private lender forever. It just costs too much money. Another pro is that you can close right away with a private lender. If you have a deal and they're like, okay, give me my money now, we close in 2 days, and that's the only way I'm going to give you this price for the property, you can do that. So you could save a lot of money on the price of the property themselves because you can close right away with a private lender. Final con, I guess, would be that if the terms and conditions aren't good, or if the interest rate isn't good and you're irresponsible with your private loan, then it could cost you a lot of money in interest over time. People can also put things into the contract where you have to pay more fees into the future. And I read through these contracts for you to make sure this doesn't happen. A lady came across my desk the other day. It was really sad. Somebody was taking advantage of her. A private lender was taking advantage of her. I never dealt with her originally, but she came to me for help. And I called that private lender and I said, what the hell are you doing? Are you out of your mind? You're trying to charge this lady all this money. And I was actually able to get her out of that private loan into another loan with a private lender that had good terms and conditions. So terms and conditions are huge on private loans. You need to know that. So who should consider a private mortgage? Number one, if you have bad credit, a private lender is for you. Absolutely 100%. A bank will not take you if you have a lower credit score than 600. Next is people that are self-employed. So if you're like newly self-employed, your company's only been around for 6 months, 3 months, whatever, then a private lender will lend you the money as long as you have the down payment. And like I said, the minimum down payment with a private lender is 15%. Real estate investors sometimes deal with private lenders, builders as well. The reason for this is a private lender can give you the money fast, number one. Number two is that they'll lend you money to build a house if you're a builder. And number three, investors sometimes get to the point where they can't get any mortgages through a traditional bank, so they have to deal with a private lender for their financing. But at least they get their house, and I'm assuming they're getting it because the value of the house is going to accumulate. Homeowners facing foreclosure. If you're under foreclosure right now, the bank ain't going to lend you any money. And no bank wants somebody that's currently under foreclosure. And trust me, your bank is going to put it right on the statement that you're under foreclosure. So one way out would be to deal with a private lender temporarily and then flip you over after the foreclosure proceedings have been stopped. Then we flip you over back to a regular bank. So it's a short-term solution for a long-term fix. So how do you get a private mortgage in Edmonton? What are the steps? Step one would be to call me. Call me. Let me shop around for you. Let me find you the lowest rate. Let me find you the best rate, terms and conditions. After that, you are going to go shopping based on the pre-approval amount that I give you. Find a property. You find the property, you write an offer on the property. The offer gets accepted, you bring it back to me. I send that accepted offer to the bank that you and I chose, the private lender that you and I chose together. And then they give me an approval. They send that approval to your lawyer. You bring the money to the lawyer and we close the transaction up. And that's really all there is to it, to private loans. There's not a lot of paperwork. Um, that's basically it. Overall, private lenders are right for the right person, but they're definitely not for everyone. It can be expensive. It can cost a lot in fees, but if you're going to make money on the property, then a private lender is definitely worth it. If you're in a position, one of those circumstances that we talked about, where then a private loan is absolutely for you. You can't walk into the bank. So private loans are for people that can't walk into the bank and get a mortgage. If you do need a private loan, please give me a call. Let me take care of this for you. Let me get you the best terms and condition and rates. My name is Sean Rampersaud. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.